It's a letter to Juli. All right, dear Juli, I want to first off by saying I love you.
Dear Brian, Bobo,
Bobo.
Brian Bear, Bok Choy. I know I've had several months to process this, but I still can't believe we're getting married today. I'm writing this letter on December 30th, 2020 at 10:48 p.m.
Yes, timestamp it.
And it finally hit me that things would be completely different, but different in so many good ways.
Still together, still going strong.
The journey getting here was not easy, to say the least. You and I both know that there were many difficult days where our patience was tested, and it seemed like we were more enemies than friends. But by God's grace and mercy, we worked through those arguments and overcame those battles. We are victorious. We can almost finally say that we will be more than friends. We'll soon be husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Brian and Julianne Luck, and nothing will be able to separate us.
Ain't nothing
4 years ago, almost 5 now, our paths crossed and we began a journey unlike no other. We endured freezing cold, blistering heat, took to the sky, and found ourselves landed in a home right out of a Pixar movie. And Julie, I hope you get those references. And if not, I'll explain them to you later. You and I have our inside jokes, and we can make each other laugh so much.
Other side.
I never found someone who has made me laugh as much as you do.
Matter?
I've told you many times that you make me feel comfortable. I can be myself, my goofy self, and not feel judged. Likewise, I have seen you open up to me and have shown me your true colors. Silly, lighthearted, fun, and lovable. And speaking of cute, do you know who is cute? The answer is you are. I love looking into your eyes, running my hands through your hair, rubbing your cheek, squeezing you tightly in my arms, snuggling up next to you, or even better, in your lap.
Well, I was 19, you were 21. The year
Brian and Juli, it's truly a joy to stand before you on this wedding day. This has been a crazy year for everyone, a trying year, a year where there's many challenges, and here it's a day of celebration. And I think this is fitting. This is a sign of perseverance, of the ordinance of marriage continues. And God's ordinance continues regardless of what happens in regards of the trials of this world. And it's fitting as a symbol of your relationship that you've been together in your 4+ years, and there have been many times of trials, but there have been many times of great celebration. So I have 2 exhortations for you, Brian, and 1 exhortation for you, Juli. So that makes 3 points. Brian, you get 2 because you're the husband and you're going to lead this family. Brian, it's very simple. The first one is, Brian, be strong in Christ. Be strong in Christ. Specifically, be strong in your love for Christ. Often when you hear Ephesians 5:25, we hear it as an imperative, especially at weddings. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Husbands, be willing to die for your wives in defense if needed, but be willing to die to yourself every day for your wives. And oftentimes in weddings with Ephesians 5, I exhort the husband to die to himself. But Brian, I want to apply this passage differently for you. And here's why I say this. You're one of the most kind and generous people I know. And Juli describes you as very intentional, patient, a good listener. Juli, 1 exhortation for you: entrust your anxieties to Christ. Yes, you must trust Brian. That's what's going to cause you to submit to him. But you must entrust all your anxieties to Christ. So may your marriage be filled with unconditional and sacrificial love. May this wonderful union be saturated with the gospel to the praise of his glorious grace.
So there's nothing left to fear. So I walk.
Mom, you have gone through so much physical suffering, and I know it isn't easy. I don't know the depth of your pain, nor could I ever understand the emotional weight that comes with this. I know that it took you so much strength to come out here for my wedding day. So I want to thank you for sacrificing the comforts of home to support me today. It means so much to me.
I'm thankful that you, Mom, that you coordinated a time where I was able to talk to each person of our family just last night. I got to spend an hour with Dad, Mom, Natalie, and Kevin as we poured out our hearts, confessed our sin, forgave one another, and prayed for one another. You remembered all the way to the end that my number one love language is quality time.
By the authority committed unto me as a minister of the gospel, I declare Brian and Julianne are now husband and wife according to the ordinance of God and the law of the state of California. God having joined these two together in marriage, let no person seek to dissolve this union. Brian, you may kiss your bride.
Still together, still going strong. Yeah.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce to you for the very first time, Brian and Julianne Luck.
You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that
God has provided me such a beautiful partner in life, and I'm so lucky to spend the rest of my life with you. I know that the marriage journey will not be easy. However, I believe that God has allowed us to go through so much in this relationship to prepare us for what's to come ahead. Our relationship has so much substance. I feel like we covered so many areas of life and have endured so many trials. I know that with God, He will continue to sustain us and build us up into more like Him. May God be honored by this wedding today. Love, Brian Luck.